The craziest thing about your nervous system is that it decides happiness before your thoughts even do. It recognizes whether, whatever scenario or situation you're in, whether it's like a happy situation or a sad situation or a fearful situation, even before your thoughts catch up. And let me explain this. Let me read this. This is because emotional processing, including responses to emotional stimuli, this happens unconsciously and usually before awareness or conscious awareness, so your thoughts come into action, come into play. What this means is that if you have a regulated nervous system, generally you can handle most things. And of course, if you're a generally healthy, emotionally healthy person and you're put in a really difficult, tragic scenario, then yeah, the appropriate response would be to really be scared and crumble and really not know what to do in that situation. But generally, in most aspects, if you regulate your nervous system all the time anyway, and you're not consciously unstable in that way, then you can pretty much go through most things. And this is really hopeful. This is really interesting. It's something that more research needs to be done on. But we all know regulating our nervous system is so important, but nowadays really difficult because we just have constant dopamine access. We have constant, I think most of us have an addiction to our phone and we don't even realize it. And just being able to breathe in that moment, being present, myself especially, I have a massive addiction to my phone that I'm trying to overcome. But it just being more conscious of where you are, what you're doing, reading a book instead of constantly doom scrolling, taking some breaths before going to bed instead of taking melatonin or some kind of sleeping aid. Doing these things, exercising, getting more daylight, these things regulate your nervous system and they help you when you're put in difficult situations because your thoughts actually come after your nervous system decides if a scenario is good or bad or safe or unsafe. This is such an interesting field of neuroscience, and the more I learn about it, the more I realize that just constantly being activated by something, even good things where like you're seeing something funny all the time on your videos, that's not always great for your nervous system. You need that stability, that soothing, that calm nature. And to be honest, our generation and future generations are kind of the first to have access to constantly being activated all the time, whether it's good or bad. Like before bed, we're just seeing like 50 million videos before we go to bed. Like that can't be good for us. And I'm talking about myself, I'm not preaching here. But this is probably the biggest flex in life, having a well-regulated, calm nervous system.